Hello, broadcasters. Welcome to episode 145 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. My name is Geige, and I'm here with Dan, of course. Dan, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's a good week. I'm excited. We have some fun announcements tonight, so I'll be excited to see what you guys think. For anyone new here, Dan and I are the founders of StreamYard, and we do these town halls every single week, Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific. We do it for a few reasons. One is to stay in tune with you guys, go through the same flow you guys do when you do your own shows. Two is to answer any of your questions. So if there's anything you'd like us to hit on tonight, feel free to leave it in the chat. We'll do our best to get to all of them. And then three, I always make sure I mention the three pillars of StreamYard, which are ease of use, stability, and professional streams. So if you're about those three things, StreamYard is the tool for you. Cool seeing all you guys from all over the world. I appreciate the folks in the EU that are where it's a pretty late time for you guys. Nice to see all of you here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Before I forget, lots of exciting shows. So we got StreamYard Spotlight the first Thursday of every month at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is a show featuring all of you guys and how you're having success with StreamYard. Dana and Kelsey do those interviews, so feel free to reach out to them if you'd like to be featured. We have YouTube channel reviews with Dee and Daniel the second Saturday of every month, which is a great show if you're on YouTube and you'd like to get some feedback on things like thumbnail images, the type of content you're posting, titles, everything like that. It's a great show. We have Enhance Your Live Streaming the last Tuesday of every month with Nick Nimmin. It's a great show specifically about your live streams and how you can make them look and sound as good as possible. Nick's definitely an expert there. And then we have live stream reviews first and third Saturday every month at noon PST with Christian doing live reviews of live streams. It's a lot of fun. And then finally, for any other questions, we have open office hours, 11 a.m. Eastern, Tuesday, first and third week with Julie and Mel. All right, we did the fun fact today at the beginning, so it's cool for us to learn about you guys as well. So let us know yours. The fun fact we had for this week was favorite movie genre. What's yours, Dan?
Definitely romantic comedies. No, I'm just kidding. I don't mind them, but nothing against those. I would say I think comedy. I really enjoy just kind of chilling out. Like when I'm watching a movie, I really like to just kind of relax, let loose. So I would say comedy for me. How about you?
Cool. It's a tough one for me. I feel like there's a few that when I'm in the mood for it, I actually think horror is probably my favorite.
Interesting.
My favorite category. It's I enjoy those. Hey Viper, nice to see you in the chat. It was cool. I actually got a chance to meet Viper at Vid Summit, which was a lot of fun.
Cool.
Daniel Bell says, can I live stream to multiple Facebook groups at the same time? And can it be to a group and a page? Yep, absolutely. Yes to both of those questions. You can stream to multiple groups, 2 groups in one page, 2 pages in one group, any combination there. Daniel.
Yeah, 4 of each, whatever you're feeling.
Cool. Lots of variety for the movies. Favorite genre is movies made before 2011. Pretty soon, I guess they'll be like a Netflix category or something.
That's funny. The Other Guys was a good movie. I didn't know that's 2011. That's a while ago.
I haven't watched movies for a long time, so when I think of movies, I think I only really think of things before 2011.
I'm not even sure what all the genres are, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I could probably name like 5.
Pixel Pia says, I did a fun stream last night and got my community tab and did a live tutorial trying all the functions in the community tab. Congrats, Pixel Pia. That's really cool. I remember when we got ours enabled for the first time. It was cool to see the settings there. We need to use it more often. We don't post to it very frequently. So without further ado, shall we go ahead and make the first announcement, Dan?
Cool.
So the first one we had, I'll go ahead and share my screen so we can show it. But it's a new layout, so it'll be rolling out within the next couple of days. But I can demo it here for you guys. The new picture-in-picture layout, something people have asked for a long time, so we're excited to offer it. Let us know if it's something you'll use, or if you won't use it. We're curious too, so let us know. Let me just go ahead and share my screen so you can see how it looks. All right. So you should see my screen there, and then I'll switch to, let me get rid of this. So right there is the picture-in-picture layout, and you can switch between that and the side by side. Probably don't want to be constantly doing that, but so yeah, let us know what you think. When's the last time we added new layout, Dan, or have we
It's a
ever?
long time since we had a layout. We're always, as all of you know, trying to keep it as easy to use as possible, and then trying not to have too many buttons to get in your way. But yeah, this one was requested enough that made sense.
Tristan
yeah, but a long time.
Tristan says, how many can you have on a pip layout? It's just the same as the maximum you can have on screen, right, Dan? Just 10?
Yep.
10.
Yeah, everyone. Tristan? It'll basically just get thinner and thinner each person. So like it'll kind of will expand across the bottom, or I guess this way across the bottom, and then they'll start to just shrink down.
Oops, that was the wrong one. Glad you're excited, Jim. Awesome. Sounds like most folks will use it. Gotti says B-rated horror and comedy movies are the best to watch. I don't know how many B ones I've seen, so I'll have to check that out. Affinity says, hey guys, question. When I go to StreamYard via iPhone, I can see past broadcasts, but no create broadcast button. Why would that be?
Yep. So the past broadcast section, like there's two sections. There's past broadcast and then upcoming broadcast. You can probably take us out of this layout as well, Geige. Past broadcast and then upcoming, and essentially the create button is in the upcoming section, upcoming broadcast. So that'd be why.
Cool. I was going to keep it there to share the video library section. I'll go back to it in a second because there's some questions here. Stuart says, so you could use this with a PowerPoint presentation with two commentators? Yeah, absolutely, Stuart, or more than two, as many as you want, and you guys will just be overlaid on the screen like Dan and I were.
Yep. And it's similar to the one we already had. Like we call it like the screen layout where we're on the side. It's just now the screen takes up a little more space. I find it's really good for like tutorials and things like that, where you just want to make that screen a little bit bigger.
Larry says, does the pip always go to the lower right and then fills to the left with each added guest? I believe so, right, Dan?
Yep.
Steven says, can the pip be stacked? I'm not sure I 100% understand, Steven. Maybe if you could let us know what you mean by that.
Yep. And yeah, I was definitely open to feedback as well. If anyone, like some of the things we played around with is like, what should happen when comments are on screen? Like always trying to optimize for different things there. So let us know your thoughts once you actually have a chance to try it out.
Andrew says, when will picture-in-picture be released? It'll slowly roll out, Andrew, over the next couple of days. So you should have access within the next couple of days, along with, we have one other tiny announcement that has also been asked for a long time. So we're excited to announce that one as well. Both of those will be within the next couple of days.
And then shortly after the video section that we talked about last week as well. That you'll get
which I'll share in a second, not in a second here too. Chantel says, can the pip be used with two camera inputs? So it can be used like with inviting guests and what, Chantel, but right now, the only way to bring in another camera input into StreamYard is through the guesting feature. So not really, it's just the screen share with you overlaid on top. At some point, we might add multiple camera options, and if we do, we likely would support it with the pip layout. Albert says, can pip be placed in different corners of the screen? For V1, it's just going to be in the bottom right, Albert. But if you'd like to see it in different places, let us know. It's definitely something we were talking about, is potentially allowing people to move it around.
Yep. And also very curious which corner in general you'd prefer.
Appreciate that, Pierre. Adrenaline, it's our pleasure. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's so much fun answering your questions and hanging out with you guys. Talking Mickey Project says, we love folders for banners. Can we get folders for branding assets? I think we need to do a better job making this feature more obvious, because I think a lot of people don't know it's there. But if you go into the brand section, Talking Mickey, you'll see at the very top, above the brand color, there's basically the title of the brand. It's not, I don't know what you would call it. It's not really a folder. What do we call them again, Dan?
We just call them brands.
Just
so
brands.
Switch brands, yeah.
But you'll see a little drop down, and you'll have the option to switch between different brands, create a new brand, and it works just like folders. So you can create lots of different branding assets and organize them that way. Steven says, is there a way to stack the guests in a pip rather than wide? Thanks for the clarification. So there is the the traditional non-pip that has people stacked up and down, but right now with the picture-in-picture, it's just horizontal rather than vertical.
Yep.
Question, is the pip only for screen share and video sharing? right, Dan?
Yeah, screen sharing, video sharing. Yeah.
Screen sharing and video sharing, Tristan. All right. Any other questions here? Michelle says, we actually have an announcement around this, Michelle. Are there any plans to resolve LinkedIn Live auto event creation? Is it on LinkedIn or StreamYard side? So there is actually a change happening with LinkedIn events. Michelle, we have, I think all it says is LinkedIn events update. But do you want to give the summary of that, Dan?
Cool. Yeah. So I guess a few things to summarize here. So the first one, just to explain how LinkedIn events worked in the past on StreamYard. So if you had a LinkedIn event, so let's say you went onto LinkedIn, you created an event, and then you would go onto StreamYard, you would connect that event as a destination on StreamYard, and then you could stream to it, through StreamYard from that event destination. That's how it used to work. Now LinkedIn is changing it, so you can't stream to those types of events anymore. Instead, they have what they're calling like a live event. So basically, when you create an event on LinkedIn, it creates a live event, which is kind of the same as what an event was before, but a little different. And then on StreamYard side, you stream to that, but there's no destination for it. So basically now, like, there's no event destination on StreamYard. Instead, when you create a broadcast on StreamYard to your profile or to a page, it'll automatically create one of these live events on LinkedIn. So you're just kind of done. Like if you're streaming, if you just create it through StreamYard, you're just done and that's it. Or if you happen to create an event on LinkedIn itself, you can then go onto StreamYard and you'll see when you go to create a broadcast to your profile or page, we'll show a list of, hey, here's the events you've already created on LinkedIn. Do you want to just import one of these? So if you've already created a live event on LinkedIn, you can just go to StreamYard and import it into StreamYard. So that's that was basically a change on LinkedIn's end that we've just kind of adapted for. And I believe tomorrow we'll be releasing some information in the product just to kind of explain the whole thing. But yeah, this is sort of the early version for anyone who's interested.
So hopefully that addresses what you're referring to, Michelle. My best guess would be that it does. If not, feel free to reach out to support and they can help look into it for you. Diego says there's a limit of 10 brands. That's correct, Diego. Sorry for misunderstanding the question, talking, Mickey. We're wondering if we use that. We're wondering if we can put folders together for overlays, backgrounds, etc. within a brand.
Cool.
So right now we don't have any folders within the brand itself, but I'd be curious how you're using the brands now. Talking, Mickey, I guess more specifically, I'd be curious how you're using the overlays. Are you kind of using them for like a slideshow presentation? It would help us understand the best way to sort of design that type of feature, but we appreciate the feedback.
Yeah. Basically you have overlays that are actual full screen images and you're just clicking through to kind of show a presentation kind of, or are they overlays where it's mostly transparent and there's just little parts that have content, or maybe they're videos or backgrounds or something.
Sandy says no pip for photos. So I mean, if you're sharing a slide deck, Sandy, with a bunch of photos in it, you can have pip with the photos. But yeah, overlays are going to continue to work exactly how they work now.
Yep.
Jim says only issue with the brands is if you have a co-host and switch brands, we both switch. I want to be super curious, Jim, to ask you more questions about that in terms of why don't you want them to switch? Are you trying to use some assets in one brand and some assets in another? I guess that's what it is, but let us know. I'd be super curious. Eric says, what happens when the pip is enabled and you display a comment? So it depends on the size of the comment, but right now we're not adjusting anything, Eric. So if it's a longer comment, it might cover the video section. Would be curious to get feedback from you guys though. So it's early, yep. and we'll definitely adjust it based on the early feedback that we get. So let us know how you'd want it to work.
Yep. Yeah. Part of the challenge is the comments are pretty big. So if you shift it up or something, which we do in some other layouts, it does cover a lot of the screen. So definitely trade-offs. We thought it was just fully hiding the videos when comments are being shown as well, just because maybe that looks a little better than covering people. But yeah, at least a lot of the comments, like Geige said, don't go fully across the screen. So if you're in the bottom, in this case, that corner, a lot of comments won't actually cover you, but some obviously will.
Hey, Justin, nice to see you here. Hope you're doing well. Gizzard Gary says, I signed up and I was approved as a beta tester, but so far I haven't seen any new features. Am I missing something? You're likely not missing anything, Gary, depending on when you signed up. It's generally only larger features that will actually like release to a small set of beta testers. But if you want to confirm, reach out to support and they can double check.
Yeah. In the past, we've also usually had people sign up for specific features. So like with the infinite scroll feature, we have a specific set of beta testers just for that.
All right. Time's going quick here. So maybe actually first we had the to remind, we briefly mentioned it last time, but also coming this week will be, I'll switch back to the pip so you guys can see that again. But the video library section is coming. So not a drastic change, but for those of you, like as many of you know, we now permanently store the recordings of broadcasts. And one issue for people that were doing lots and lots of broadcasts was that it could be difficult to know, like, hey, which of these are stored, which ones can, like, just navigating and finding the past recording. So now everything that's stored on StreamYard is now going to be in this video section, and we're going to continue adding to it and making it easier to manage. One of the first things that people might use this for is, say you just want to clear out your storage because you're running out. You can now remove multiple videos versus having to go into past broadcasts and individually delete each one. So that'll be rolling out this week as well. I'll go ahead and stop. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the bulk delete option is really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Cool. And then I'll skip ahead to the final announcement in case we run out of time, which was the bulk upload. So this one, I don't think I actually saw him in here tonight. I'm struggling to remember the gentleman's name, but hopefully he'll be here next time because it's been requested for a long period of time. But now for overlays, backgrounds, video clips, again, it'll be coming within the next couple of days as it slowly rolls out. You'll now be able to upload multiple at once. So if you're sort of a power user that's having to change in and out lots of assets from broadcast to broadcast, definitely understood how it could be a big pain having to go one by one uploading those things. So now you'll be able to upload multiple at once. Anything else to share there? And I've got a short, it's not a super exciting clip. You guys can probably imagine how it works, but I'll share it anyways.
Yeah. I don't think so. Yeah, I think it's exactly what it is. It just makes your life more convenient when you're setting up for a show. The video kind of explains it pretty well, I think.
Cool. I'll share that really quick so you guys can get a quick sense.
Man, I should have added audio to this video.
So yeah, not super drastic, but for those of you, I'm sure some of you are very, very excited if you have had to upload a bunch of individual assets. So yeah, curious what you guys think. Let us know if you'll end up using it. I know the one that will probably quickly be asked is, like, can we start bulk deleting as well? That's not going to be in the first version, but we're also thinking about that.
Yes.
Thanks, Carver. Glad you're enjoying the updates.
Cool. We've got some big juicy ones coming very soon as well.
Yeah, next week should be exciting too. Lots of fun stuff. Nancy says, I had a colleague delete a past video on StreamYard and on YouTube. I needed that video. Will the team feature prevent guest users to not do certain things? Yes, Nancy. So there'll be roles and permissions with teams. So likely without going into too much detail, the way teams will work is that instead of having that person being on the account itself, you'd be able to just designate them as a co-host who would only be able to do things like show comments, change layouts, and things like that. So that would prevent your co-host from doing something like deleting the broadcast.
Yep.
Cool. Let's see if we have any other questions around the bulk ability. Probably fairly self-explanatory.
It is very straightforward. Yeah.
Teresa says, so you can bulk load overlays too. Yeah, all of the assets, Teresa, overlays, video clips, backgrounds, everything. Devonte says, when will you all be allowing the ability to have a video producer voice backstage without the audience hearing it on the live stream? So we're thinking about various ways, not necessarily that specifically Devonte, but to help producers in general better manage guests. So stay tuned on that. I don't know that it will exactly solve it the way that you're mentioning, but we are thinking about how to make that easier. So stay tuned there. And in case, I know you're not referring to it, but I think other people might not know about it and it might be useful, is it's not the same thing as the audience will hear it, but there is an option if you just want to be like a background voice with other people on screen, but do want people to hear that. There is an actual option for that in the settings. If you go into, I'm going to forget now where it is. It's just audio avatars, right?
Yeah.
So not exactly the same thing, but I'm sure some people don't know that.
Yeah, it basically lets you add yourself. If you turn your camera off, you're just fully hidden, so you can talk without being seen at all. But yeah, not the same as what the question is.
Coilin says, question is bulk uploads being rolled out this week on a phased basis. Everyone should have access within the next couple of days, Coilin. So yes, but it will be within the next couple of days.
Very, very short phase.
Dan Bearded says, is it better or detrimental to stream above 1080 with your camera? So it depends mostly on your internet, Dan. So if you have enough upload to handle streaming that amount of data in 1080, it will be better to stream in 1080. The other thing to keep in mind is for your guests as well. Actually, that's not true, because if the guest has a poor internet connection, we'll actually downscale it for them, right, Dan?
Yeah, but in general, we will try a little harder to send more data for your guests. So if like your guests have really bad connections, sometimes just making the whole stream 720p is better in general. So yeah, if you have like a nice computer, rock solid internet, like you're plugged in with Ethernet, probably fine. If you're on Wi-Fi on maybe an older computer or even a good computer, but on Wi-Fi, little scarier just because we are trying to send a lot more data.
Cool.
You can try both as well. Like you could try a 2-minute record only session with 1080p and 720p and just see which one you think looks better. Yeah,
testing is always good. You also always recommend experimenting with the camera settings themselves. That's something that can actually have a pretty significant impact, is what resolution the camera itself is capturing in. Like one thing I've seen is sometimes people will have the camera capturing in a much higher resolution, but oftentimes capturing in the same resolution, like say setting your camera, instead of capturing in 4K or something like that, capturing it in 1080 as well as sending it in 1080 often has a positive impact in terms of your experience. So definitely experiment with those types of things.
Cool.
Got some compliments on your haircut, Dan.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, very nice.
I'm a much bigger fan of having short hair. Got a little out of hand last week.
All right, there was we don't have too much time left, so we should probably do the giveaway soon. But there was one question while Dan cues that up that I'll ask, because I was curious to get your guys' thoughts, and that was actually before the question. Quick reminder: Facebook. We have a Facebook challenge running right now, which is essentially designed for people that maybe are scared to go live. Like if you've signed up for StreamYard but have never actually done a live broadcast, and are sort of trying to work up the courage and get your bearings. I think it'll be a great experience for you. Julie is doing lots of awesome stuff. There are lots of assets, lots of practice where you can sort of go in a private environment. I think she's running it. No, I don't think. She is running it inside of a Facebook group. And the link for that is right here. I think Dana, if you don't mind, Dana can share it in the chat if you guys are interested in signing up, but it should be a lot of fun.
Cool.
And then the question I want to ask while the hashtag, it'll be hard for him to find because of all the hashtag that you use, but I'll ask anyways, which is background music. So this has come up a few times. It's been a while since we talked about it, but for those of you that are interested in background music, curious how many of you, I'm guessing the answer is ultimately you want both, but I'm curious how many of you would primarily be using, say we had preloaded sounds where you could, have like a nice campfire. I don't know if we'd have campfire sound, but like some nice background noise or rain in the background that you can choose. Like say we had 20 preloaded that you could choose to have running in the background of your stream. How many of you would use things like that on a regular basis and prefer that versus uploading your own tracks? Just curious which one you'd use more, if you have a strong preference for one versus the other. I guess both is probably better, but just curious which one you'd actually use, and if there's anything else that's interesting about how you'd use background music that you don't think we would necessarily expect. Would be curious to hear your thoughts. All right. Oh yeah, we can do this in the layout as well. There we go.
Handy in all kinds of situations.
Looks like most of you, based on the entries, already know. But if you type in hashtag the yard on any of the platforms, you'll be eligible to win the draw. And tonight we'll give away. We haven't given away the duck in a while, so why don't we give away the StreamYard pillow, which Dan has in the background there, and we'll also give away the plush StreamYard duck, and that's a picture of the the duck there. We'll give you maybe 30 seconds or so to get those in. If you just type in hashtag the yard. See if we have any feedback on background music. Floyd says add more OBS type layouts. I'm curious specifically what kind of layouts you'd like to see, Floyd. I didn't actually. I'll have to check OBS. It's been a while since I looked at it. Maybe they have I didn't think that they had pre-built layouts, but maybe they do now.
Or maybe just need custom, like the ability to kind of create your own.
For sure.
Yeah, let us know if you don't mind.
Oh, cool, Dan. Glad that clarified that. Yeah, if I would definitely have the capture in 1080 versus 4K, because ultimately we're only sending 1080 at least today.
Cool.
Daniel says, any possibilities to create our own cam layouts? So we don't have any options like that now, Daniel, but always exploring things. So appreciate your feedback there. I'd be curious if there's anything else beyond the layouts themselves that you'd be interested in customizing.
Sweet. Shall we?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Let's do it. Good luck, everyone.
Yolanda, thanks so much for tuning in tonight. You just won the StreamYard pillow and the StreamYard plush duck. If you reach out to contact@streamyard.com, Dana can help coordinate shipping you that stuff. But thanks so much for tuning in tonight.
Awesome. Congrats.
We need your drum set back.
I know. I'll have to install a snare drum noise.
We have about a minute left, so let me see if I can find any feedback on the background music. Simply Drop in Podcast says, my green screen is not working. Works every time, but if I move the mouse, the video goes black. It sounds like maybe something weird going on with your video card, Simply, but if you reach out to support, they can help troubleshoot with you in more depth, but it sounds like there might be something weird going on with your computer's video card.
Yeah, that's interesting. When you move your mouse, so like you turn it on, it's fine, and then like move the mouse a little bit and it turns off. Yeah, that's a weird. Are you screen sharing at the same time? Is one question I would have. But yeah, like Dave said, if you message support, they can kind of take you through a bunch of different things to try.
Cool. Sounds like quite a few people would be interested in their own tracks or both. Gotti says, I use Rodecaster Pro to put campfire effect in the background. Yeah, cool. Rodecaster Pro is a cool device. I used one for the first time at VidSummit. It was pretty cool.
I love that they have campfire music or campfire sounds.
Yeah, maybe we can, if we add it, we can have it in our background.
It's such a soothing sound effect. Like, have you ever gone to sleep when you have that sort of sound playing? It's great.
It makes me nostalgic. It's been a while since I've gone camping. NLTMW says, please do not add music or sounds. Way too many legal issues between platforms and changing laws. That's actually one of the main reasons why we'd want to upload preloaded ones, NLTMW, just because we would be able to register them and make sure that there'd be no copyright issues and create them or pay someone to create them for us. Versus when people upload themselves, there's more of a risk of accidentally getting the copyright stuff. But it's a good point.
Yeah, totally with you on that.
All right, we'll have to run back through the questions. Appreciate all the feedback, all of you. It'll be super useful to look back through. This was episode 145 of the StreamYard Live Town Hall. I hope you guys are excited for the updates. Like we said, it'll be rolling out over the next couple days. So let us know what you think. We'll see you next week at the same time.
Cool, and lots more fun ones coming soon. See you, everyone.